Welcome in, everybody. Hey, I'm excited to be bringing you the live stream today. Also, I've got some extra swag and extra merchandise I'm going to be showing. I should say memorabilia. I should be showing. You can see one of them right there. That football right there, and then you know what? I'm just going to show it to you guys right now because I'm so amped about it. Do you see that right there? That right there is a Anthony Rizzo signed bat. That's right. So that ball that I just took over the corner of my shoulder there, that is a signed baseball for Anthony Rizzo, and it says 2016 World Series champs. The bat is a custom made bat that Rizzo uses in games, and then I got a thing over there that is a picture of Rizzo hitting his home run in Game 6 of the 2016 World Series. And yes, that is also signed. A friend of mine gave that to me today, and I am on cloud nine. So I decided, you know what? If I'm gonna be so amped about that stuff, I got to get amped about this game. I got to get amped about Shota-Mania. We have a lot to be excited about today, especially after a great win last night. So really quickly, welcome in. Say what's up. Put in the comments where you are watching from or listening from. I see we've got Chai Cubs 557. We've got Michael Bingham. We've got Young Gandu. Audio is very choppy, says Gandu. Let's see. This is happening again. Huh? Been a while since that's happened. Let me unplug and plug back in. Thank you for letting me check. Does it sound better now? Let's see. Settings. Is it still coming in choppy? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3. Check. Yeah, it sure is. Weird. I'm just gonna go ahead and do regular mic from my computer. Just gonna go ahead and do regular mic from my computer. Choppy. Why is this happening? Choppy. Why is this happening? I'm gonna just keep talking. You guys just keep. I don't know why. It might be when you swing your head away from the mic. I only have this issue when I do a live stream. We got to get this figured out. Not cool. Not excited about that. We got to get this figured out. Not cool. I think it's fine now, right? It sounds like it's coming in clear now. I think it's okay. So let me know. I think we're good. Watching from Tennessee. Thank you, Michael, for watching from Tennessee. That's awesome. Give me a thumbs up. Let me know if I am coming in clear now. I want to make sure everyone can hear me okay. The last thing we want is to not be heard during a live stream. Sounds better, says Young Gandu. Okay, well, we'll run with it. All right, so really quickly before this game starts, we've got about 4 minutes here. I want to let you know what's coming up. First of all, for those of you that are in Chicago, I am going to be in Chicago May 30th to June 6th. I'm going to be going to the White Sox series and would love to meet any of you. So let me know if you're going to be there. Just DM me on Twitter and or Instagram at SetupManPod, and I'd love to be able to see you. Love to be able to catch a couple pitches with you while we're at the game. Also, I'm going to be at the Ranter Fest, which is a really cool event that Danny Rock is putting on. He's got the Sun Ranto podcast. If you haven't seen that, that's a great one, a Cubs podcast. So make sure if you haven't gotten tickets to that, I actually have a video with the link with all the information that is on my YouTube channel. So go check that out. Would love to see you there. And then most importantly as well, we are in the final couple days of this contest right here. It's the Obvious Shirts contest. Joe and I were supposed to promote it again on Friday, but as you know, that game got rained out in St. Louis. So make sure that you go and you take advantage of this. Here's how this contest is working. You're going to email Joe at obviousshirts.com, subject Setup Man t-shirt contest. And in the body of this email, you're going to put the title of a great Obvious shirt that you would like to see on an Obvious shirt. Winner will be announced in 2 days. That's right, on Friday it'll be announced. The best title the greatest obvious shirts title that we can find from all of the submissions. Last I checked, there was like close to 100 submissions, but make sure that you go ahead and do it. Submit a few, make it hard on us. Go ahead and do that. And we would love to be able to give you your free obvious shirt with that title on it. And now that, I'm just going to give you a little bit of a cheat code. Shota is shoving recently. Doing something with Shota would probably be a good idea. Probably something with the starting rotation because it's just been out of this world. But I would say definitely something along the lines of Shota would be almost a guarantee to get you, if it's clever, right? If it's clever to get you towards the top of that contest. All right, really quickly before this game starts, let's go ahead and go over the starting lineups. So I'm going to bring that back up here. Mike Tauchman is leading off. No surprise there. Seiya Suzuki batting second, playing right field. By the way, Tauchman is a DH. Cody Bellinger in center field batting third. Christopher Moreau at third base, and he is batting cleanup. Ian Happ, who had a big hit yesterday, and he's been hitting as of better as of recently in left field batting fifth. Nico Horner sixth at second. Michael Busch got us started yesterday with that home run to center. Need to see more of that from him. He's at first base. Dansby Swanson is at short batting eighth, and Jan Gomes is catching batting ninth. This game is about to start, and I want to get synced up with you guys, make sure that we are on the same page. And in order to do that, I'm going to go ahead and let you know. I see Mike Tauchman swinging his bat like this right now. Now he's swagging it. He is waving it over his shoulder now. Okay, just try to sync up. If you are a couple seconds ahead, make sure that you just go ahead and reverse back. We find that these live streams typically they are about 10 seconds behind, and I want you to be able to react at the same time as me. So make sure that you are trying to sync it up, and I will let you know as soon as we see first pitch, which is from Bryce Wilson. By the way, I'm having a couple drinks here tonight. I like watching the game with a drink or two, so I hope that you'll join me. Bryce Wilson is your pitcher against the Cubs, and make sure that you're getting loud in the comments. I want to feel like I'm right next to you guys as we're watching this game. Got Brewers for winning a parlay. You think I'm good? I don't know, Danny. I don't do much betting, I'll be honest. All right, and in comes the first pitch now. 94-mile-an-hour fastball at the top. Bryce Wilson is going to use that fastball a lot, guys. It is his best pitch. It is a 90, according to Baseball Savant, from a run value. And then another 94 right by Mike Tauchman right there. Tauchman has been getting behind 0-2 a lot, it seems like, from the leadoff spot, and he likes to see pitches. But I think at some point he's going to have to start ambushing some guys to start games, just like he did Charlie Morton in Atlanta when he hit the first pitch out for a home run. So I want to see more of that from Tauchman. Wilson coming in with the 0-2 and fouled off. Looks like a little cutter right there. So run value. Any of you know what run value is when it comes to Baseball Savant? I had to talk to my friend Lance Brzezowski, and he's also on the Marquee broadcast. But Lance gave me a breakdown, and I'll tell you about it here in a second. Tauchman pops up a 94-mile-an-hour fastball, and Yelich makes the catch. Terrell says, I got $500 on no first inning score. Only reason I'm here. Let's up and go. And is my audio coming in clear, guys? I want to make sure audio is still good because that is a bummer to hear that it wasn't doing so hot to start it off. Let's see. Wouldn't do that bet, says Chai Cub. Say what's up. Say hello. If you got a bet going on, good for you guys. I'm not much of a bet. I lost when I was 23 years old. I lost like $1,200 in Vegas and said that's the last time I ever bet. Little cutter up high to Suzuki. So slight chop might be too much on the Wi-Fi. Why is there chop going on? I never have any issues with audio, and then as soon as I do a live stream, something happens here. Is my audio coming in clear, guys? Your audio is still that doesn't sound very good. I don't know. We can't really fix it in game here much more than I have tried to fix it. So we're just going to run with it. Hey, Suzuki. Oh, man, that's a good play. Suzuki needs to get on. Oh, man. He has not looked good, but that one was hit hard. He had a couple hard hit balls yesterday too. Yeah, Seiya has not looked good. And let's look at that really quick, and then I'll do the run value explanation during the break. Seiya Suzuki, batting under 200 since coming back from the IL. I know that. We're gonna check it out on Baseball Reference here. I'll share my screen so you guys can see. Seiya Suzuki in the batting logs. By the way, if you don't use Baseball Reference, you should. It's awesome. And since he came back from the IL, Baseball Reference here, all you got to do is select the columns, and then it starts adding things up for you. It takes a little bit of time. It's really thinking hard, apparently because of the live stream. My computer's making all sorts of noises. We're streaming the game on my computer, and then we're streaming back out to you guys. So give it a couple of seconds here. Bellinger, 1, 2, 3, go the Cubs in the first inning. While this is loading, I'll tell you what run value is based on what Lance told me. So when you look at run value, and I'll start sharing that screen so you guys can see this. I know I'm overreacting to Stephen Dunn, but give me PCA and Brennan Davis up. I am 100% with you there, Stephen Dunn. 100% with you. Let's just do the whole window. How about that? So right here, you can see it. I'll zoom in a little bit for you. Pitching run value and fastball run value, and then they have a breaking run value as well. So basically breaking ball right, curveball, slider, off speed is going to be anything change up, fork ball, splitter, that kind of stuff. So his fastball run value is a 100. That means it is the best in baseball. It has prevented the potential of 14 runs. His fastball alone this year has prevented the potential of 14 runs so far in 2024. Think about that for a second. If he had 14 more runs in his ERA on his bottom line, his ERA is probably in the 4s. Pretty crazy to think of. That's how good that fastball is. And then I'm not going to open it right now, but compared to Glasnow and Carlos Rodon, it's a good 3 to 4 value higher than those two guys. And those are the two guys that are next up on the list. That's pretty wild, huh? Going back to Seiya Suzuki, since coming back from the IL, 194 batting average in a total of 62 at-bats. No bueno. No bueno at all. Hey, say what's up if you're here. Now we got Shota on the mound. The Cubs, not to jinx it, right? But they have not allowed a single run. Their starting pitchers have not allowed a single run to the Milwaukee Brewers so far this year. And it has been 5 starts, and that spans over, look, I believe it's 35 innings. It's in the 32 to 35 inning mark. Just crazy. Just crazy. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. If you're on Twitter, you just got a little notification from Patrick Mooney. Oh, make a good route, Seiya. Okay, so that, by the way, that was Ortiz. I don't even know his first name. That's the kind of swing what Ortiz just took there. That's the kind of swing that will get Shota in trouble. So that was a 92-mile-an-hour fastball at the top of the zone. but it's a flat swing. You just heard JD said it. It's a flat swing. It's not an uppercut. That's the kind of swing that's going to get Shota in trouble with that high fastball. But I don't see more than 5 to 7% of Major League Baseball players making that adjustment against Shota. I just don't see it. Yeah, here we go. Cade Horton was removed from tonight's start with AAA due to back soreness, according to a team source. The Chicago Cubs are still gathering more information on Horton, who's regarded as one of the top pitching prospects in baseball. That's not good. That is not good. We'll see what happens there. All right, Shota dealing with a man on second to start this game. William Contreras just bounced that one foul. Make sure that you're synced up as close to me as you can so that we can see this in real time. Fouled away. So that'll be interesting too. That was a low and in fastball. If you guys didn't see the video that I made about Shota, that low and in fastball, or really a fastball low at any times, actually can work into a hitter's swing path a little bit better than that high fastball. It still is tough for them. But that'll be interesting if you start to see them, and this is bounced over to Morel. Great play by Morel, keeps the runner on second. Very nice, Christopher. If you think Christopher Morel has not improved defensively, you're crazy. He's looked so much better. He had like 4 errors right out of the gate. Now he's at like 6 or 7 for the season. He's been phenomenal since right around the 4th or 5th game of the season. Yeah, it'll be interesting to see if guys like Ortiz take those flatter swings. Yep. Oh my. I was literally just about to say the only other guy that concerns me in this lineup is Christian Yelich because he has that flat swing. First extra base hit given up to a lefty. You just heard that from Boob. Oh my gosh. I mean, he missed a spot, but here's the thing about Shota is he's missed a spot a lot this year, and because the fastball does what it does, he's gotten away with it. But 2 of the first 3 batters in this lineup have put level swings on the fastball, and that's the adjustment that this league has to make in order to actually hit Shota. Didn't expect that right out of the gate. I don't think Shota did either. He looks frustrated. So there was that 92-mile-an-hour fastball right down the middle. Adames has a major uppercut, and so that's what's going to happen on those uppercut swings. Yeah. What JD just said. Did you hear what he just said? The first runs that a Cubs starting pitcher gives up to the Brewers this year comes against a guy that has the leading ERA in all of baseball. That's the irony of it. And that's I put a poll out there earlier today and asked everyone on Twitter, do you think Shota will give up any runs to the Brewers? And I just kind of felt like as soon as you look at those stats and you say, wow, Shota hasn't given up anything this year, or the Cubs starters haven't given up anything this year against the Brewers. You just wondered, like, does our best pitcher end up being the one to give up the runs? Of course it does. Offense needs to do their job, says Steven. Yes, they do. They have to take what they did in the 10th inning last night and do it. Thank you, Eric Backus. He's pitcher friendly. That'll help Shota. Shota doesn't have to throw strikes to be good. Sometimes that splitter, by the way, I don't know if you saw that, down and into Gary Sanchez right now. That splitter sometimes almost can look like a sweeper or a tighter slider. it has like a sliding action when he gets it down and in sometimes to righties. It might just be the angle of the camera too, but it can sometimes look like a little bit of cutter or tighter slider. He's not getting a lot of swing and miss so far, I can tell you that. You just heard Boog just said that the Cubs defense is ranked 29th in outs above average. I'm going to come back to that during the break. 29th in outs above average. Terrible. Yeah, a little concerning here in the first, just not seeing swing and miss. I don't know that we've seen one swing and miss. I think everything has been fouled off or hit hard in play. Aside from the William Contreras Doinker over to third base. Curveball. So he's thrown 2 curveballs here in the first inning. He doesn't usually bring out that curveball until, the second, third time through the order. You can tell 2 hard hit balls is in Shota's head right now. When you're not getting and this is the other concerning thing. We're only in the first inning, so we're not going to know how this start's going to go until 3-4 innings in. But when the fastball isn't on and he has to lean on that splitter and it's not getting swing and misses, that's something we haven't seen so far. So far, we've seen from Shota where the splitter isn't on, right? The splitty, it's not on. But the fastball, he can rely on that, and it can be up in the zone. And he can get a lot of swing and miss. But what about the other way around? And how is Gary Sanchez battling right now? I don't understand this at bat. To me, this should be, for Shota, an easy swing and miss candidate. 11 pitches in this at bat. So he's already thrown 20 in the first inning. Yes, he did. He went. Yep. All right. Struck him out. All right. We're going to keep it here because I wasn't going to bring this up till later, but since Boog just brought this up, I'm going to go ahead and make you aware of something. So he said that the Cubs are 29th in outs above average. Really bad. So it's supposed to be one of the best defensive teams in all of baseball. But it has not been. In fact, it's been quite the opposite. I've got this little thing here. The D has issues. It has major issues. It has performance issues. 20th in fielding percentage. 25th in errors. By the way, both of these have gone up since this last week because even though I think they've made 5 errors in their last 8 games is what I counted. That's actually been a better pace for them than as of recently. That tells you how bad the defense has been. They have one player in the top 100 for outs above average and runs prevented. One player in the top 100 for outs above average and runs prevented. If you are here with me, put in the comments who you think that one player is. It is the same player, and they are the only one in the top 100 for outs above average and runs prevented in all of Major League Baseball. Put in the comments who you think that is. Runs prevented, pretty self-explanatory. Outs above average, basically it's kind of a war for defense only. Your average replacement, how many more outs are you creating compared to your defensive replacement at that league average position? Brad says Cody Bellinger. Good guess. PCA says Steven Dunn. PCA says Roger Meltzer. By the way, hello, Roger. Hello, Brad. If you're in here, say what's up, guys. Would love to know who's in here. Who is leading the Cubs in outs above average and defensive runs prevented? that all that we're going to have guessed? Just 3? I'll give you the answer in a couple seconds here. The answer may surprise you. All right. That looks like the only 3 they're going to guess on this one. It is Michael Bush. Nico says Bradley Todd Photography. Michael Bush, the guy who was supposed to be our biggest question mark at defense, is the only one, according to Baseball Savant, he is the only one on the Cubs that is in the top 100 for outs above average and runs prevented. That's pretty wild, huh? That was a nice play by Adames there. Christopher Morel, another hard hit ball, another no hit. 107.8 off the bat. Gosh. I mean, say what you want about Christopher Morel. He's hitting the ball hard and he's putting the ball in play more often. I just really think he needs a break. He's had this finger thing going on forever. And you can still hit the ball hard, but I got to imagine the bat path is being impacted by that. Yeah, can you believe that? Michael Bush is the only player on the Cubs that is in the top 100 for outs above average, the only one in the top 100 for runs prevented on this team. Could not believe that. When I looked that up, I could not believe it. Michael Bingham said Mike Tauchman. Yeah, I think that would have been a good guess too. So Bryce Wilson, by the way, has been legit as a starter this year. 2.20 ERA as a starter, 4.11 ERA as a reliever. As a starter, that's 28 2/3 innings pitched, not including this game. As a reliever, 4.11 ERA at 15 1/3 innings pitched. Now, his expected ERA, he came in with a 2.86 ERA. His expected ERA is 4.44, according to Baseball Savant. He's kind of got the Javier Assad thing going on. He's had a lot of batters reach base, a lot of runners on, but not so much. Not so much have gotten across the plate. So I don't know enough about Bryce Wilson. Big dude. Looks like he should go and chop some wood. Hey, was that up there in the back? Did it get out? Did it get out? Come on, come on. Let's go. Ian Happ. Let's go, baby. Need him hitting like that. Turn it on. Do that all season long, Ian Happ. 3-2 fastball right down there. Dick. Got to do that with that pitch. Only 98.6 miles an hour off the bat, but he got – and that's always been Ian Happ, right? He's not going to hit the monster home runs. He's going to hit the home runs that just barely get out, and he's going to rely a lot on bat path, not a ton on hard hit rate. All right, we got a 2-1 ball game. Like to see that for Shota, too. Shota gets no – hey, Nico trying to bunt to get on. I haven't seen him do that in a long time. Shota gets no offensive support, especially recently. Had like 5 wins in his first 7 starts, something like that. Hasn't had a win in a while. Let's see here. Ian Happ, get hot, baby, says Stephen Dunn. Yes. Chai Cubs 557 says Ian. Stephen Dunn also says, I want Luis Vasquez to get a start, give Morel the night off. That's what I'm saying. I don't want to see Christopher Morel get a night off and Nick Madrigal get a start. I want to see Luis Vasquez. I said it last night. If you missed my recap from last night, I love what Brad just said. I'm going to come back to what you just said there, Brad. If you missed the recap from last night, by the way, I try to post a recap just about every game Monday through Friday. I talked about how I don't think that the 10th inning happens last night if Luis Vasquez does not score that first run the way that he did. Now, a lot of people will say, well, yeah, but McGill throws 100 miles an hour, and that guy, I don't even know the name of the guy they brought in, but he was a soft tossing lefty, 100%. That's one of the softest throwing guys that they've seen in a while. They could have completely got lucky. The offense might not be back on. We will see as this game goes along. But what I do know is the way that Luis Vasquez scored that run is the energy and the vibes that this team needs. 3-0 to the bush. You swinging. Wasn't swinging. Throwing a cutter. I don't know if that's a cutter or a slider. It looks more like a cutter to me, but it's about 8 miles an hour slower than his fastball, so it could be a slider. What Luis Vasquez did is what this team needs. It's also what PCA was doing, which is why I didn't like PCA going down. PCA leads this team in B WAR, baseball reference WAR, at 0.8, at least that's the last time I checked. PCA has played less than a quarter of the games that most of these guys have played. That shows you how valuable he is. I don't care if he hits 240. If he gets on base, he's going to create havoc, just like what Luis Vasquez did last night. And he's going to track down balls that I love Cody Bellinger. He's a Gold Glove center fielder. But guess what? PCA, in my mind, better Gold Glove center fielder than Andrew Jones. Andrew Jones was the man at center field for the Braves for his entire career. Gold Glove after Gold Glove after Gold Glove. PCA is better. I think PCA is going to be one of the best defensive players in history. And I think it's going to go under the radar because he gets the ball so quickly where most guys would have to dive. He doesn't have to dive. So I just think he brings so much value, and he's not going to – you've seen it. He got sent down to AAA, and he starts lighting up on fire. Now, the last 2 games, he's 0 for his last 8. I don't know what he's doing today. He's playing right now as well. But he's going to go through those highs and lows offensively. But the value that he brings defensively and what he does on the base paths, he needs to be up on this team. Dansby Swanson swings through a 2-0 fastball. Dansby Swanson was promoted as he can hit the fastball. And I see him swing through fastball after fastball after fastball. When he gets into something, I'm usually more surprised than I am expecting it. Eric Backus doesn't call that 2-1 fastball a strike. He calls it a ball, even though K-Zone has it as a strike. Brad, I love what you said here. I'm going to come back to that in a second. And there we go. Back-to-back walks after a home run to Hap. I'm loving it. Now, so this is the Bryce Wilson that has the 2.86 ERA coming into the game. Puts guys on, doesn't usually let them score. Now, he's pretty lucky right now because he's got one of the worst hitters in all of baseball at the plate. So this could be an inning that ends with 2 left on base. I really think Young Gomes is going to do better than he's been doing, but he really looks like he's at the end. I have seen PCA play 4 games at Wrigley. He has a very good arm. Yes, he does, Roger. He has a very good arm. That one that he sailed over was not a good use of his arm. I don't remember who we were playing at that point, but yeah, he's got a great arm. So Brad says baseball has a weird way of evening out the numbers. Shota is going to get hit. Eventually, the offense needs to step it up tonight. If you guys haven't heard me talk about that, I 100% agree, Brad. I don't know if he's going to get hit hard or if he's going to get demolished and then end up with a 3.50 ERA at the end of the year. I don't know at what point it's going to be the even point for Shota. That's not a strike. Man, bad way to start off the at-bat. I hate that crap. Such an exaggerated, he's literally pulling that pitch up from beneath the zone to his head. Aren't umpires keen to that strategy yet? The Stroman effect last year. Yeah, I mean, Stroman though, in his career, he's been a 3.30 ERA pitcher, and after that terrible second half, I think he ended with just south of a 4 ERA. That was really bad. That was extreme. But Brad, I think baseball is the most fair thing in life. Jimmy Fallon said that in Fever Pitch. Is it Fever Pitch? Yeah, Fever Pitch. And I 100% agree. It is the most fair thing in life. You can hit a line drive right back at the pitcher like Mike Tauchman did last night, and it could get caught. And then you could swing and think that you missed or fouled it off, and it's a little tapper that goes down the first baseline. The first baseman was playing back, and you get on base with a hit. It all evens out. A friend of mine asked me yesterday. He was like, "I don't believe in luck." I said, "Okay, you ever watch baseball?" He said, "No." He said, "But I believe in preparedness, and because of that, I don't believe in luck." I said, 100% in business, in life, the things that are in your control, there is no such thing as luck." And John Gomes just another lazy fly out. Hey, at least he didn't strike out. But I said to him, if you don't watch baseball, then I understand why you don't believe in luck. Because in baseball, I gave him that exact same example I just gave you guys, which is like I could hit a 110 mile an hour, 100 mile an hour pitch and hit it 110 miles an hour right back where it came from, and it gets caught, and I'm going back to the dugout. And then I can hit a little 60 mile an hour squibber down the first baseline, and I can get on base. Which one was lucky? Which one was based on preparedness? They're both. I'm prepared for both, but I'm only successful one time. That one time ended up being the time that, funny enough, had a less likely opportunity for me to be successful. He was like, that's a good example. So I made him a believer that luck has something to do with life. Tom says, I was not liking the 10 days rest for. I didn't like it either. I did not like it, Tom. Thanks for joining us here, Tom. I actually, if we're going to be honest, I hated it. Like, you weren't going to skip his turn in the rotation, and then it rains out, and instead of backing him up a day, you're now going to skip his turn in the rotation? What? Like, you're telling me because of rain, we're going to push him back 5 days or whatever it was. Yeah, basically 5 days because that was going to be a Friday. Doesn't make sense to me. I'm not Craig Counsell. I'm going to say this again and again and again. I say it all the time. My opinion doesn't matter. I'm not Craig Counsell. I'm not Joe Torre. I'm not manager of the year. But I just want transparency. You said you want to give Shota more rest. Sure, give him more rest. Why are you giving him 5 days extra of rest? I don't understand that. Explain that to me. I'm not even just talking about Craig Counsell. Any manager out there, explain to me why you do the things that you do. I don't know if it's like a thing that managers think, oh, if I give away too much information, then other teams will know how I think and then they'll be able to stay one step ahead of me. If it is, I think that's stupid. I think that's really stupid because who cares? That's a pop-up. Stay in play. Shota needs a nice, quick inning. Come on, Michael Bush. Come on, Michael Bush. Hey, there we go. Nice play, Michael Bush. Kind of looks scared. Love that look from Shota. Hey, you see that little bow? You guys didn't see that. Obvious Shirts. Joe from Obvious Shirts saw that and posted about it. And now, like, John Boy and Barstool Sports, ESPN, MLB, they've all picked it up and been talking about Joe. Every single time he gets a ball from the umpire, bows his head. But yeah, Tom, I was not a fan of 10 days off. That's the same thing to me as winning your division and then having to buy the first round. And then you wonder why, like, hey, why is everyone such a good look from Shota? He's hilarious. Why is everyone looking like their timing's off? Well, it's because I haven't played baseball in 7, 8, 9 days. But yes, he will adjust. Elias Diaz next year for catcher or give Amaya a chance? I mean, we need 2 catchers. Why not both? I just don't think Gomes is the guy anymore. Oh, let's hear what Taylor has to say. Hmm. That is the second bad route that I've seen Suzuki take to a ball tonight. Get the ball in. Perkins should not be on second base right now. Still listening to Taylor. Hmm. Mm. So that's really interesting. So first of all, what Taylor just said is because he was throwing every 6 or 7 days in Japan, he was throwing about 130 pitches per start. He has not gotten close to that. I think 102 has been his highest so far, right around there. And then she said when you don't have a feel for a pitch in Japan, you just move on to the next one. So he was throwing a lot more sweepers, throwing a lot more curveballs, but he hasn't done that here because essentially Hottovy has told him like, no, we want you to throw your best pitches the most. His best pitch is his fastball, followed by his splitter. So even if he doesn't have a good feel for it, he still wants him to throw that because that's his best pitch instead of trying to move on to the curveball or to the sweeper. It's really interesting. It's worked so far, but that and again, this is the first time we've seen his splitter from the Brewers camera angle, and the camera angles can really play with things. But that splitter doesn't look like it has quite the bite tonight. It looks like it's more of a straight changeup. It's not diving. It looks like it's just going to stain on a similar plane. I think that was also the splitter, the swing and miss on 3-1 here. Brad says the pitching seems to be way ahead of the hitting this year. I heard that the overall batting average is 240, lowest since the Gibson era. It is true. Stay in play, make the play. Come on, Saya. Come on, Saya. You make it? Nice. Attaboy, Saya. Jackson Churio, by the way, not living up to the contract so far. I thought that was a bold move by the Brewers. Could you imagine? I mean, for a position player, it's a little bit better. I wouldn't do that for Cade Horton. I would do that for PCA. I would not do that for Cade Horton with all the injuries that he's already sustained. Can you imagine if we just went out there and gave Pete Armstrong $80 million for whatever it was, 7 or 8 years? That would be wild. Before he ever got a major league hit. I understood it with Corbin Carroll. He played for a couple months before they gave him that contract, but Churio, no MLB experience. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. Attaboy. He's getting hit, guys. He's getting hit. Another 2 hard hit balls here in the second inning. A little bit of luck there. I'm a little concerned right now. There's not a lot of swing and miss. There's not a lot of deception right now. We're going to take a quick break. I'll see you guys in un momento.
How would you like to win a Cubs autographed piece of memorabilia? Steven won a Matt Shaw baseball, Everett won a Brennan Davis auto, and Matthew won a Luke Little ball. And we have so many more that we're giving away. Cade Horton, Mark Leiter Jr., Ben Brown, Jordan Wicks, and more. How can you win these? Easy. All you have to do is be signed up for the Setup Man emailing list. Every month of 2024, I'll be putting every single name on our list into a virtual hat and drawing the winner. Plus, every now and again, I'll do some giveaways on my live videos. All you have to do is go to setupman.net, scroll down to the bottom, and put in your name and email. That's it. Sign up for our list, and you'll give yourself a chance to be one of our lucky winners.
Yeah, I'm good, whatever. Sure. Okay, we're back, and right now the Cubs have the top of the lineup. We're in the top of the third. They're down 2-1. I want to take a quick little look here at Shota through his first 2 innings on Baseball Savant. While we watch the top of the lineup score 17 runs this inning, and I think that is generous. Go score more. No, okay. Realistic. I'd like to get 1 run. All right, let's take a look here. Shota Imanaga, 35 pitches so far. Tachman just fouled back a hanger. 35 pitches so far. What's going on here? Here we go. So this is interesting. 16 four-seam fastballs, 15 splitters. I've been following Shota's pitch selection a lot this year, and it has been very consistently for every 2 fastballs, 1 splitter. Come on, Mike Tachman. Oh, man. Off the bat, that looked a lot better. Oh, okay. Trio just took a really weird route. That almost got out. He's basically 1 for 1 fastball per splitter. That tells me that first inning there scared him away from the fastball a little bit. And I don't think he needs to be scared away from the fastball. I think he needs to pick who he's throwing the fastball to, because you saw Ortiz and Yelich have very level swings, and that's the guys that get you a little bit worried about Shota. But those guys with the uppercuts, the Willie Adameses, all that fastball all day long to him. I don't want him going away from what has worked so far. Just put better spots for the fastball. Make sure that you're pitching it to the right guys, or at least the right location. Don't need to see this one. I want to see the swings and misses. I don't think there's been many so far. By the way, my computer's thinking very, very hard because it's got a lot of things going on right now. I don't need to see that. Here's what I want. All right. So here's the location of all his pitches so far. You can see he's not getting the fastball up that much. He's had a few in the middle of the plate, which have been hit a little bit. Say, do something, dude. Earn your spot at the second spot in the lineup. Someone asked, I'll go back. I don't want to go off on a tangent. Let's stick with Shota here. More of these. More of these. I want to see that fastball up here. Up here. I don't want to see it. Here is fine, but with those guys with level swings, you start to get a little bit more here. I'm not so much liking that. The splitter is where it needs to be. Low, enticing. A couple of these high splitters, not good. And that's why I'm wondering right now if that splitter is one that he's feeling, because he doesn't usually miss that high with splitters. Love that reaction from Ben Brown yesterday. So let's see how much chase he's getting. He's thrown 16 in the strike zone, but how many have been swung at? 19 out of the strike zone. Batters are swung at 21. So as you can see, 1 fastball swung out of the zone. A lot of these splitters still being swung at. So the splitter might be doing just what it needs to. I mentioned I thought it might be a little flatter, but if they're swinging at these, I think it's probably doing what is needed of it. So that makes sense now why he's thrown just as many fastballs and splitters as he has, that 1-to-1 ratio so far. And then batter swinging. Where is the swinging strikes? He's only had 3 swings and misses so far. That's a base hit. Yeah. Bellinger with the base hit with 2 outs. I'd like to see him steal a base. A lot of foul pitches, though. So 14 swings, 11 fouls, 3 strikes. And then 4 called strikes. So going back to what I was saying there, someone asked me yesterday, because I said, hey, what's the definition of insanity again? When I posted about the lineup yesterday. And someone said, well, what would you like the lineup to be, just out of curiosity? And the answer to that is there is no glaring good lineup when every single guy in the lineup is struggling outside of basically Mike Tauchman. But that tells me that a lot of guys are in positions that they should not be, or just need to be kind of like jolted. Like, just think about it as that little caffeine in the morning, right? You're asleep, you're going through the motions, and you're just like, man, the day, it's here. Well, that little jolt of caffeine. Okay, cool, I'm awake. Wait, oh, I'm not batting second today. Oh, that little jolt. Like, oh, I didn't expect that. I think that's what, like, just try that before we start talking about DFAing and calling guys up and all these big moves. Why not just try something like that? Why not bat Nico second and Suzuki seventh? Why not bat Bush fifth and Bellinger fourth? Here we go. Now he's going. There we go. I need to see more of that. That's what I want to see more of, is getting the base stealing going. That's something this team did so well last year. So I think I ended up saying, my lineup, if I remember correctly, just to switch things up, was going to be Tauchman. No, it was going to be Horner, Tauchman. No. I had Tauchman batting third, just to how well he was doing. I think I did Horner, Happ, because he's got a hot bat going. That's what it was. Horner, Happ, Tauchman, and I don't see that being the case long term. Did he? Oh! Oh! Are you serious? Was that going to go out? I think it was. God dang it. See, that's the thing, man. Like, Christopher Morel's been hitting the ball hard. I'm not saying that he should be a 300 hitter. He shouldn't be, but like, the dude should be batting 230, not 195. With as hard as he's been hitting the ball, he should be batting at least 230. He has 2 hard hit balls in this game. He should be 2 for 2. It's crazy. It's just bad luck, dude. But yeah, I mean, think about that for a second. Horner, Happ, Tauchman. You have your spark plug, an on-base dude who's got a hot bat going, and Tauchman, who's been your best hitter from an OPS standpoint. His OPS is 768. Bellinger's is actually 770, so they flipped a little bit. But then put Bellinger at fourth. You could switch it up, but I don't like anyone else besides Bellinger or Morel hitting fourth right now. I don't like, to me, that's the only 2 options. And then you go Bush, Morel, Suzuki. Think about that for a second. And depending on if it's righty, lefty, maybe switch a couple of those guys up, and then keep Swanson and Gomes down at the bottom, or Swanson and Maya down at the bottom. Don't raise either of those guys up. Just a little bit of a jolt, right? I just think there's so many guys underperforming. It's happening for a reason. All right, let's take a look. I see some comments. What would you guys? Let's do that. Let's do that for right now. What would be your ideal lineup? Just go 1 through 7 for me, because 8 and 9 I could care less, to be completely honest. Right now, the 8 and 9 hole is just so much of an automatic out for this team. I don't care. 1 through 7. Put it in the comments. What would your 1 through 7 ideal lineup be? Assuming it's a right-handed pitcher, we'll just say that. Let's see. I got a lot to catch up on. I'd give a early cheap extension to Owen Casey. Stephen Dunn, that concerns me just because of the swing and miss. Every level that he's gone up to, the swing and miss has still been there. It's gotten a little bit better, but he's still striking out 30% of the time in AAA. I think, honestly, 30% in AAA is easily 40% in the major leagues right now. I don't want to give a guy an extension who's striking out 4 out of every 10 at bats. I want to see him get down to 20% in the minor leagues, comes up and he's 25 in the majors. I can handle that, especially with the pop. with the average, but a lot of people won't talk about how fast he is. He's very fast. So I see some value there if he can put the ball in play a little bit more. Jordan says, hope we go for, you said Danny Jensen. I'm guessing you meant Kenley Jensen, the closer. Gonna need a score for Shota tonight. Yes, absolutely, Jordan. We got a score for Shota tonight. Top of the lineup here. You can see that. Okay, so look at that downward swing from Ortiz. That downward swing is what concerns me about Shota. So I like that he got that fastball in on him. Instead of going up here over the plate, he got that fastball in. That choppy swing doesn't do well with an inside fastball. I should know I was that guy. I had that choppy swing when I played, and I hated inside fastballs. I hated them. Yeah, my mic was on for the break. I was trying to be quiet. Sorry about that, Chai Cubs. Thanks for letting me know. And that was not a well-placed fastball. Yeah, I mean, this, we've got 9 starts so far from Shota, and there was so many questions that we still had. But when I looked at, yeah, that's not inside enough. So you might look at that 92-mile-an-hour fastball, and you might say, well, that was inside. No, when it's inside, it needs to be on the inside part of the plate, like that halfway point of the ball needs to be hitting that part of the plate. This is the plate right here. That's the inside part of the plate. It needs to be hitting it right there. So that's inside. If it's over here, I'm not sure if I'm doing on the right side for you guys. This is correct for me. That's me, and that's where that pitch was. If it's here, it might get called for a strike, but it's definitely going to get swings most times, and it's going to get weak swings. They're going to break bats. Contreras is getting a lot of splitters so far, and he's been in front of every single one, so just keep on doing that. 6-man rotation, says Knowledge Untamed. When Jordan Wicks gets back to 6 days like Japan, they also have a lot shorter season in Japan. I don't dislike it. Man, Ben Brown is just so good. How do you say the problem here? The problem here. Come on, attaboy. Untamed, Knowledge Untamed. The problem here for me is that the starting rotation is so good. How much value do we add by having a 6-man rotation versus how much value do we add by having Ben Brown or just think off the top of my head? I don't think Jordan Wicks is going to be a bullpen guy. I just don't think they see him that way. I think they would much rather put him in AAA. So really, Ben Brown is the odd guy out right now with the least amount of experience. How much more value is Ben Brown in the starting rotation versus Ben Brown coming in and putting up 1 or 2 scoreless innings every single time in the 7th, 8th, or 9th inning? I don't know. I personally right now would rather, knowing that the downgrade from Ben Brown is to essentially Jordan Wicks. That's off the end of the bat. Gosh, dang it. Yeah. So Yelich and Ortiz have Shota's number. Shota is probably not getting past 5 innings tonight, guys. I hate to say it. I mean, that's not a good pitch. There's one thing to be on a guy and have his number, and then there's another thing to just make bad pitches. And Shota has made 2 really bad pitches to Christian Yelich. There's a big difference. So I want to know from you, Knowledge Untamed, would you rather, knowing that the downgrade from Ben Brown is to Jordan Wicks, having Ben Brown stay in the rotation, Jordan Wicks go to AAA, because that's probably what would happen, or would you rather see Jordan Wicks come up with his, call it, oh my gosh. This is weird to watch. It's my fault. I shouldn't have done a live stream. I'm like 1 in 4 in live streams. You guys can blame me. Shota's not doing well because I'm live streaming the game. I think you get my question here. So I'll let you guys answer that. Would you rather see Ben Brown or would you rather see Jordan Wicks in the rotation if you had to have your choice, knowing that Ben Brown would go to the bullpen and be high leverage, locking down games, where he stays in the rotation, and Jordan Wicks goes to AAA? That's the real question. It's either hot in my room right now or I'm heated. I just can't believe this. It's a strike. Oh, man. This is a bummer. Keep him right here, though. Keep him right here. All right. So Knowledge and Tame says Talkman, Hap, Swanson. No, hate it. Hate Swanson. No, 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 no. No offense, brother. No offense. Swanson should be 7, 8, or 9 in this lineup. Morel, Bellinger 5, Nico 8. What? Explain yourself. I don't like it. I don't like it. You want to spark Swanson. People forget he carried this team on offense in the first half of last year. He carried, I will say, if you look at the numbers, let's take a look at it. I'm going to bring it up. A lot of people think that. I think he was, oh my gosh. I can't believe this. Freaking Milwaukee Brewers of all teams get to Shota Imanaga. If we stay on this pace, guys, I may not be bringing you much more than a few innings here. God. All right, Dansby Swanson. Yeah, this is what I thought. So Dansby Swanson was solid hitter through his first 40 games last year. In the first 40 games, let's see, he's batting 280. Let me share my screen so you guys can see. 280 batting average, 790 OPS. Not amazing by any means. Only 3 home runs, 15 RBIs. He was hitting a lot of singles. He had 44 hits, and 30 of them were singles. A lot of singles. Then let's look at the first half. First half goes to July 5th, basically, because then he got injured and he had to skip the All-Star game. OPS went down to 753. For those of you that don't know, a good OPS for a 1 through 5 hitter is above 800. Number 1, number 2 hitter. So let me refresh that. A 3, 4, or 5 hitter should be hitting above 800 OPS. Cubs don't have a single guy in their lineup that hits over 800 OPS. Really bad. But he was only batting 259, 10 home runs, and a 753 OPS. Again, just a lot of singles. He had 17 extra base hits, 84 hits altogether. That means that 67 singles and 17 extra base hits. That's why that opens. He runs into one every once in a while. That's the thing. He gets almost as. Oh my gosh, guys. I can't believe it. Is he tipping something? This is bad. This is really, really bad. And it's just a bad pitch. Don't give him 10 days off. Sorry, is it that simple? Like, just don't give him 10 days of rest. Don't give him 7 days of rest. All right, so we spent a lot of time on that one. Let's go to VTA game on. Says PCA, Talkman, Nico batting third. Very interesting. Belly, Hap, Bush, Swanson. No Suzuki in the top 7, huh? I think that's like 1, 2, 3. Yeah, no Suzuki in the top 7 DTA. That's interesting. Guys, keep in mind, Seiya Suzuki was our second best hitter last year. He's going to start hitting. He's hit a lot of hard hit balls that have not fallen for hits. Seiya is not broken. Seiya just needs to get on. So I think batting him 6 or 7 would force that issue. Okay, Steven said Danny Jensen for the second catcher for the Blue Jays. I will be completely honest. I don't pay much attention to the Blue Jays. He's doing amazing, and we desperately need an answer there. Yeah, I mean, I don't know enough about the guy, but I'd say go for it. And we need something at catcher. They gave away Kurt Casale, who was crushing it in AAA. I feel like they've made some really weird moves this year that it's like, why didn't you just wait a little bit? Garrett Cooper, when they DFA'd him, I was like, but he was hitting pretty well. And now our team can't hit a lick, and it's like, I don't know, like maybe Garrett Cooper would have helped. Brad says Talkman, Horner, Belly, Morel, Hap, Suzuki, Bush. Yeah, it's fine, Brad. I think I just want to see like something crazy. I want to see us change everyone. I just don't think Morel should be batting 4th right now. I think Bellinger is the only other answer there. Suzuki going from 2nd to 6th is fine. Bush at 7. Yeah, I don't dislike it. 6 days. I wonder if Wick should be added and make a 6-man rotation. Yeah, bad part of the lineup is that I'm not a fan of Morel, but no one else to put there. Yeah, Brad, I'm with you. Where does Wicks, a top 100 prospect, go? I don't think Wicks is a top 100 prospect, is he? I don't. He might have at one point been, but I don't think he is now. Matt Cozy, what's up? Thanks, man. I appreciate you. Matt Cozy in the house. Appreciate you being here. Hap, that's a base hit. Get on first base, dude. Okay, here comes our 6-1 rally. Tracy says Hap, Talk, Belly, Nico batting 4th. Ooh, that's some big talk there, Tracy. I'm gonna start showing these. I need to show these comments. Tracy says Hap, Talk, Belly, Nico, Morel, Seiya, Bush, Dansby catcher. Yes. Nico batting 4th. I don't know. Would it work? Potentially. I just don't like Hap at leadoff. Boog has a stupid question. We're listening. Ben Brown is a starter to me. Make Wicks starting pitcher number 6. I would trade Wicks for an elite closer. Would anyone take Wicks for an elite closer? Nico arguing. Nico doesn't argue very much. He just watched 3 pitches that were all borderline get called for strikes. Can't send Ben Brown to the bullpen. His value is so high right now. That's a good issue to have. All these young starting pitchers. Great. Yeah. I don't disagree, man. I would start Ben Brown, trade Wicks for an elite closer, Johan Duran. I mean, maybe someone would take him. I just don't really want to get rid of Wicks. I think he's got a bright future. I think he's got a Kyle Hendricks from the left side potential in him. I wouldn't be surprised if he has a couple seasons where it's like, hey, he's in the talk for Cy Young, but overall in his career, he's right around like a 3.80 ERA. You know what I mean? Wicks is a top 100 prospect. Brown rotation, says Tracy. They messed up skipping Shota's start. I 100% agree. If you haven't seen Twins, oh yeah, Johan Duran is crazy. He's crazy. PCA talk that when your bullpen is crap, it weighs on the lineup and rotation. It 100% does. Hey, there we go. That's a hard hit ball from Michael Bush. All right, so Happ and Bush seem like they're heating up. 104.9 off the bat from Bush. Mike Tauchman is a better batter than our $175 million guy. That's awesome. What in the David Bodie? Yo, says Daniel Barry Sports Highlights. What's up, Daniel? Cubs are bad. Sub. Thanks for the sub, at least. 7-1. Did I miss something? Series tied up. We got to win the next 2 to tie for the division lead. No, we're actually 3.5 back right now. Knowledge Untamed. So we got to win the next 2 just to be 1.5 back for the division lead. By the way, we lose tonight, and we are tied. Oh, we got a balk. How about that? Get a little base hit here. It's a 7-3 game, and we're back in it. If the Cubs lose, they are tied with the Cardinals for second place. Oh, yeah, that is a balk. That is 100% a balk. Bryce Wilson knew it. Do something, Dansby. Knowledge Untamed wants you to bat third. Let's prove it. Yeah. Just glad he made contact. The Shota outing is rough, T. I can't believe it. I expected, like, okay, his first bad outing, he's going to go like 6 innings and it's going to be like 3 or 4 runs. I mean, there's like reason to believe you should pull him after that last inning. 5 runs in 1 inning? That. On Gomes, do something. Oh, 93 right down the middle. Will we ever win 2 in a row again, says Tracy? That's what I'm wondering. Drop. Gosh. Oh, okay. Now he's earning the contract. Same lineup, same results. Cubs continue hope as their strategy. Yeah. Agreed, Tracy. Preach. Oh, man. 7-2. 7-2. I didn't expect this for – I'm heading to Chicago tomorrow. I thought we'd be going to Chicago with the 2-game winning streak. This is looking ugly. Dinner's about to come. I'm contemplating whether or not this thing's going to keep on going. I'm going to tell you this. If it's the same score after this at bat, I'm sticking with you guys. If it gets to 8-2, 9-2, 10-2, I got a pack for Chicago. Let's just say that. How many of you are going to be at the White Sox series? Let me know in the comments. Will you be at the White Sox series? If so, I want to see you there. Anyone going to the White Sox series coming up? Anyone going to the Red series? I'll be in Chicago for that. I'm not going to be at any of the games. We're going to enjoy Chicago, hang out over there. But we're going to go to the White Sox series. Oh man. Let's talk a little bit about the offense, by the way, just because it's so much fun to talk about right now. Can we just like take me back to the first 41 games? 24-17. We were scoring 4.8 runs per game. Batting average sucked. I think it was either Todd or Brad brought up, or Tom or Brad brought up the low batting average across baseball. Yeah, it's not good right now, but 238 was league average, but the OPS was solid. 715. If your average OPS is over 700 as a team, I'd say that's pretty good. They were walking 4 times a game, and in 41 games, they had 44 home runs. They were basically 1 home run per game and about 3 extra base hits per game. Now the last 14 games, woof. 4-10, 2.8 runs per game, under the Mendoza line at 192, 546 OPS. That is pathetic with a capital P. 2.8 walks per game. Wonder what the correlation is there, guys. Walk more. See more pitches. Only 7 home runs. They went from hitting over 1 home run per game to under 1 home run per game, and 24 extra base hits. In other words, about 1.5 extra base hits per game. So they cut their slug basically in half in the last 14 games, and that's why they're 4-10. You can't look at the pitching and say this. The pitching has been amazing. Check out these pitching numbers. March and April, win and loss. Biggest difference is because the offense hasn't shown up in May. That's the only glaring difference. Very similar in the innings pitched, but in March and April, it was a 4.03 ERA. And in May, a 3.43 ERA. Nearly just over, actually, half a run less per game given up. And they really have cut down on the walks, especially the bullpen. The bullpen still hasn't been good, but it's been better. A lot of it is because they're not walking as many guys. You had a 2.5 to 1 walk ratio in March and April, and you basically have a 3 to 1 strikeout to walk ratio in May. Can't blame the pitching. Hey, look, Ortiz is out. At this point, Craig Counsell just wants Shota to eat up 5 innings and keep this game where it's at. Going back to the comments here. This team is making me sad. Yes, Steve, it's making me sad too. I really thought that 10th inning last night was going to spark something in this offense, was going to spark something in this team. Going to the Giants series, Jake Hazen. See you there. I'll be at 2 of those games. Let's meet up. Would love to meet you, Jake. Appreciate you being a loyal watcher. Always liking my stuff and on Twitter, on YouTube. I appreciate you, Jake. Let's meet up. DM me on Twitter. We need prospects up for some energy. Yes, that's what I'm saying, Tracy. I keep saying Tracy is speaking my language. Yes. Luis Vasquez should just let's just take Chris Morel out of this game right now and put Luis Vasquez in. Morel has hit 2 hard balls, but I mean, every single time he hits the ball off the end of the bat, he's like, ow, my finger. Give him a day off. Give him a couple days off, something. Tell you what, he's got Contreras' number today. William Contreras. Taking some ugly swings against Shota. Shota had too much time off. I think so, Rick. I really do. His best numbers so far have been with 4 days rest. Yes, who else gets 4 days rest? Every single Major League Baseball pitcher. Every single one of them works on 4 days rest unless there's an off day. So why can't you just see the numbers and say, hey, maybe Shota should be treated like a Major League Baseball player? Because he is one, right? Ooh. Fights stay alive. I'm going to the Dodgers series in September. I really hope I get to see Steele or Shota. So far, Steele's been scratched from his start when I'm supposed to see him last season. Steven, I don't know if I'm going to the Dodgers series. I feel like we're out of town during that time, but that would be cool. You got jammed. That's gonna be caught. All right, so 1, 2, 3 inning. I'm staying with you guys. You're drinking shots, bro. Cures. I'm drinking a Cures. Yeah, I think just the prospects thing, like that's the only thing we can do right now. Going back to what Tracy said, this team needs something different. The definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over. Yes, but I'm one who likes to say new is always better. Marnie Stinson. New is always better. You can't bring in a bunch of new players. You can't DFA a bunch of guys and do all these trades every single year. But like you've got PCA. He's proven that he can do it in the major leagues. And every time he was in the lineup, the Cubs were doing well. I don't know what let me see if I can find that out. What was the Cubs record when Pete Crow Armstrong was starting? Pete Crow Armstrong. Game logs for 2024. He played in 23 games before he was sent down. And there was 1, 2, 3, looks like 4 games that he didn't start of those 23 games. Let me just make sure I'm looking at this right. Pretty sure that's right. Let's see here. 10, 11. So let me take out 10, 9. Nine and 9, 9 and 8. Okay, so it wasn't that impressive. It looks like the Cubs were 9 and 7 in his starts. Is that right? 16 games. Talkman's on base. Let's see. This doesn't overview. Pete Armstrong overview. He started. It doesn't show you in the overall games. Yeah, you can't. You have to do a little bit of numbers there. It looks like 9 and 7. Oh, come on, Eric Backus. That's way off the plate. I'm talking about the Shota fans. Cole Pearson. I've DM'd a little bit. Good guy. Yeah, the exclamation point. When you don't have the exclamation point, you can't call yourselves Shota in full. Oh, man. Come on, Suzuki. Little 2-run bomb, and we're back in this thing. Heyo! See, he's gonna start finding some holes. He's gonna start finding some holes. First and third, and we got middle of the lineup coming up. 3-run bomb. We got a game. Go. What are they talking about? Steve Stone? What did I miss there? Did anyone hear that? Hendricks warming up. See, okay, again, this is the kind of game I'm okay with Kyle Hendricks coming into. We're pretty much out of it. Now, if we hit a 3-run home run and suddenly 7-5, I don't want to have Kyle Hendricks coming into this game. Am I crazy? When do you think Dansby will turn it around? I don't know if he will, Brad. I really don't know if he will. You know what I think? And it's kind of it's an eye test thing for me. I think a heavier bat would actually help Dansby Swanson. Too bad, really. I'm not sure what you're referring to, Brad. There, I look at the way that Dansby Swanson swings the bat, and it almost feels to me. Let me see this bat. When I watch him swing the bat, it looks like he's swinging one of these. Like there's not a lot of whip in that bat. It's almost like it's too small, or it looks like it's too light. It's like a wiffle ball bat in his hands, and I feel like he swings through these pitches because he doesn't have any feel for the bat, and he runs into them every once in a while. I want him to go Soriano on us, and you don't need to have the heaviest bat in the league, but like swing a heavier bat and just see what happens, because there's just I don't even know how to explain it. I'm not Cliff Floyd. I'm not these guys that are going to be able to analyze these things and tell you exactly what is the best for a player. But I am going to tell you, I played baseball a long time, and I just feel like when he swings the bat, that bat doesn't look like it's got enough drag through the zone. And I just wonder if a heavier bat would help him with that. To Dansby not playing well. Yeah, it really is too bad. It's really even worse to me that he's not looking like the Gold Glove Dansby of last year. What's his WAR right now? Dansby's WAR is 0.2. In 2023, what was his WAR? How do they pronounce his name? Koenig? No, that's low. Thank you. In 23, wow. I didn't know he was out of Central Arizona. Ooh. Safe. Nice job, Saya. Cody's WAR last year was 3.0. Oh, no, that's offensive WAR. 4.8. He was a 4.8 WAR last year. This year he is 0.2. We are a third of the way through the season, and he is a 0.2 WAR. Multiply 0.2 by 3, and you have a 0.6 WAR. He's playing 8 times worse this year than he was last year, is the way that I read that. Defensive WAR, he's only a 0.1. Come on. That's a base hit. God dang it, Suzuki. What are we doing? Ground ball in front of you. What do? You don't run. I mean, he paused. If you're going to pause, you don't go. Just giving away outs. I can't stand that. You know what I also can't stand is when you're down by 5 runs, your run doesn't matter. What are you doing? There's a time to be aggressive on the base paths, and there's a time to not be aggressive. And that was not a time to be aggressive. My wife is wonderful. She just brought me dinner. I'm going to be eating dinner along with you guys. God, that just completely changes the whole trajectory of this inning. You could have first and second, a 4-run game with nobody out. Base running is terrible here, Brad. What's happened with Shota so far? P2 Damien. Look at the score. Bad. Really, really bad. First and only bad game so far this year for Shota. Leaving everything in the middle of the plate, everything up, and a lot of these guys adjusted their swings or had more favorable swings against him because they had that downward swing rather than that uppercut swing. I got that downward swing, which works really well against the fastball. There was one that was on the splitter, and I think the splitter is just a little flat today. That's the way that I'm looking at it. I mean, that's right down the middle, Morel. There's literally a fastball down the middle of the plate. Oh! Wow. Okay. So you give one, you take one. Suzuki gets thrown out at third when he should not have been going. And now Happ reaches on what should have been a routine unassisted play by the first baseman Bowers. All right. We're even this inning. Wow. You got to come get that ball, dude. Just not executing, no. Come on. You said it, JD. Got to come away with more than one this inning. Nico, it's time to turn it on, brother. It's time to turn it on. Do something. Nico's batting what this year? Batting 254, and he's just been so up and down and up and down and up and down. Nico was our WAR leader last year. Let's see what he's at this year. 0.5. Also not playing well. Good eye. Nico started off the year in his first 9 games batting 167. He got up to 300 by April 25th. No. Okay, good. I thought he was going to call it. Woo. So in games 10 through 24, that was 15 games, he hit 367. And ever since then, batting 215. Come on. Oh. 215 in his last 24 games. He's had a tale of 3 different seasons here. It's been weird. Nico's usually so consistent. He's usually a guy that, like, if he gets in a slump, it's like he's 2 for his last 10. It's not, you know, he's 20 for his last 93. That doesn't happen to Nico. By the way, I get to meet him on June 4th. I'm extremely excited. Good eye. I get to meet Nico on June 4th. I'm going to be there before the game. I won one of the Cubs auctions, so I get to play a little cornhole with him, get to know him. I'm going to try to film that, maybe turn it into a podcast or YouTube video. Let me know what you want me to ask him. All right, big pitch here. Full count, 2 outs, down by 4 in the 5th inning. This game, if you get a base hit here, this game is still in reach. After being down 7-1, this feels like the momentum is shifted. You got to get more than one. Don't let them shift back. Come on, Nico. Come on, Nico. Let's go. Nope. Woo! Great at bat. I really wanted him to be the guy, though. What we got? Wisdom? Yeah. So Patrick Wisdom could tie this game up right now. If you're not good at math, let me math it for you. You're down by 4. We have 3 men on. We have the 4th man at the plate. A home run means a grand slam. 3 plus 4 equals 7. There's some math for you. Come on, Patrick Wisdom. Come on, Patrick Wisdom. P. Wizzy says, Brad, yes. Let's see it. Let's see it. Let's see it. They just did a slut impression. Love it. All right. I really would like to see Wisdom get more at bats. Come on. Big, big spot in this game. Let's go, Wisdom. Good eye. Wall one. Wall one. Koenig is just like, man, we should be out of this inning. Wow, 273 average. Okay, maybe give more pinch hits. Comes the 1-0. Ooh. Good rip at it. Hey, here's a thought. Don't do something stupid on the base paths right now. Just thought that one on my own. Whew. Come on, Wizzy. Come on, Wizzy. Oh! We said it yesterday. You get one pitch to hit in an at bat, and if you don't hit it, good luck. That was the one. Oh boy. He'll be lucky to get another one in this at bat. Oh, it hit him! Oh my gosh. Wow, what a break. Wow. Okay, we got a game, guys. We got a game. Who's still with me? Who's still with me? Wow. Through a 45-foot slider or whatever it was. Patrick Wisdom is thanking him. Come on, Dansby. That's what I'm saying. Look at that. It's just the bat goes in and out of the zone. It doesn't stay. There's no drag. And I feel like when you have too light of a bat or you're choking up too much, you don't get that whip through the zone. You don't get that drag. Oh, did he get some drag there? Oh, come on. Oh, no. Oh. I thought we had the lead. My goodness. Coach, I think you're trying to sync up with me. I'll do that for you on the next half inning here. I'm going to go ahead and have a couple bites of dinner here. I'll be right back, guys. Okay. We got a game. Keep them right where they're at, Shota. Very interesting. JD just pointed out only 89 on that last fastball, and the splitter was only 81 on that one. Usually it's 91 to 94 on the fastball, and it's usually very consistently 82 to 84 on the splitter. Something to look at. 90. He's really bad misses. Coach, it's 3-1. Shota just set. Here's the pitch. And fouled off. Oh, come on, Morel. Get to it. Get to it. Hey, that a boy. Caught it. Say it needs to be benched again. He needs the mental break. Yes. I'm not quite there with him, Steven. You know, he missed a month. We got to give someone a little bit of a break when they miss a month. He's been back for, what did I say, like 15 games, something like that. It is a very strange coincidence that as soon as he comes back, he starts slumping. Didn't see that happening. But he's hitting the ball hard a lot. There's been some really weird swings, but I feel like a lot of those weird swings have stopped in the last 7 or 8 at bats. I'm like 2 games behind you on that. If he has, let's call the next 10 at bats are really bad, right there with you. Coach, sorry, 2-0. And he just swung and missed 2-1. Yeah. I agree. Luke says if we can get him 2 more outs, be delighted. I would be very delighted. Missed upstairs, ball 4. All right. Well, he doesn't get him 2 more outs. Looks like Council's going to the bullpen. And he's getting booed relentlessly again. It's not just his hitting, his fielding has been awful. Yeah, no doubt about that. No world should he have 3-hop that throw in the Cardinals series and bad routes tonight too. Yep. I'm there with you. From a defensive standpoint, I've never really liked. He reminds me a lot of me as an outfielder. The routine balls, the ones that I have to dive for, I look amazing. I'm patting myself on the back for that. That wasn't really the case, but like I always loved like the diving plays, but the ones that were right at me, I'm like, this is taking too long to come down. This is taking too long to come down. This is taking and clink. Shota reminds me a lot of that. I mean, Shota, Seiya reminds me a lot of that. All right. Who do we have coming in from the bullpen? It's probably Kyle Hendricks. It's not updated yet on MLB. What happened to the days where like, yeah, it's Hendricks. Oh boy. I mean, we got a chance to win this game again. The momentum is back on our side. Does anyone else just not understand it? Tyson Miller could come in. Who else? In the bullpen tonight. Smiley. Am I wrong on that one? Should Drew Smiley not come in and eat up some innings? At least he has a better chance of keeping us in the game. I'll be shocked if Kyle Hendricks does not give up a run in this inning that we're in right now, and he's coming in with 1 out. I want Miller or Hodge. Yeah. I just feel like in about 2 minutes I'm going to be saying I told you so. And I don't like that. His 3rd relief appearance in his career. Kyle's going to serve up homers, says Mark. Oh, my. Oh, my. 1 pitch. He proved me wrong. Kyle Hendricks just proved me wrong. Oh, man. Good job, Kyle. I knew you had it in you. Here's Kyle Hendricks. All right, I'm going to have a couple more bites of dinner. I'll be right back, guys.
How would you like to win a Cubs autographed piece of memorabilia? Steven won a Matt Shaw baseball, Everett won a Brennan Davis auto, and Matthew won a Luke Little ball. And we have so many more that we're giving away. Cade Horton, Mark Leiter Jr., Ben Brown, Jordan Wicks, and more. How can you win these? Easy. All you have to do is be signed up for the Setup Man emailing list. Every month of 2024, I'll be putting every single name on our list into a virtual hat and drawing the winner. Plus, every now and again, I'll do some giveaways on my live videos. All you have to do is go to setupman.net, scroll down to the bottom, and put in your name and email. That's it. Sign up for our list, and you'll give yourself a chance to be one of our lucky winners.
All right, guys, game's back on. But as you can see up on your screen, we have 2 more days left for the Obvious Shirts contest. Thank you from Joe from Obvious Shirts. Joe at obviousshirts.com is the email that you're going to use to participate in this contest. Subject Setup Man t-shirt contest. And then you're just going to type in the body a title of a great Obvious shirt. What's one that has not been created yet that you would love created, and you're just thinking to yourself, oh, that'd be a sick Obvious shirt? Just go ahead and send it to Joe at obviousshirts.com, and we will announce the best out of all of them that are submitted on that day, on May 31st, in 2 days. Go ahead and participate. Mark, what is that? Are those smiling monsters? What are those? Wow, says Brad. Attaboy Hendo, says Steven. I've submitted a few, says Steven. I like it. I like it. All right, Young Gome, start something. Top of the 6th. We got to get on Koenig. Nope. Man, he just looks so bad this year. Jan Gomes, what was his WAR last year? This is the WAR game that we're playing. All these players that had good WARs last year and aren't doing it this year, we're just going to call them out. Jan Gomes this year has a negative 0.3 WAR. Last year, He had a 0.7, oh, sorry, a 1.7 WAR. Second highest. Not second highest of his career. He was really good in 13 and 14. He was really, really good in 13 and 14. He was 25 and 26 years old, 4.2 and a 4.1 WAR. I didn't know that. Mike Tauchman. What was Mike Tauchman's WAR last year? It should be probably pretty good right now. Oh boy. Yikes. Not a good swing. Mike Tauchman, 0.9 WAR. That ties him with PCA. Last year, .2 WAR. Second highest of his career. He was a 4 WAR in 2019 with the Yankees. 2019 with the Yankees. I think that's even back. 277. Played in 87 games. 4 WAR in just 87 games. Wow. Get some Mike Tauchman. 13 home runs. Say a solo home run right now. Oh, come on. No way. That's the second egregious one. I mean, how fooled are we by that framing? Is that framing that good? And no extent. Now you're making me laugh, P2, Damien. No. Surprised the ump didn't call that one a strike two. Me too, honestly, Steven. They need to put up one in this inning. There we go. See, that's what I'm saying, Steven. He's had good swings. He's now got 2 hits today. Give him a little bit of time. A little bit of time. He's taking pitches more confidently too. I feel like Seiya is close to busting out. Listen, if Seiya busts out, if Hap keeps doing what he's doing, and if Michael Busch, he's had signs of busting out too. Those are 3 guys that have been doing nothing for the last month. That would be like acquiring 3 new players. Let's be honest. That would be like acquiring 3 new players right now. And that would be great. And then we just need Bellinger hitting some more slug. Like Cody in this position last year was hitting a 2-run home. I'm not saying every time, but like that second half of the season, when you needed a big hit, Cody was providing. You need a big hit right now. That wasn't it. All right, sticking with you guys at 7-4. I'll be right back. I'm going to go give my little baby girl some love. I'm late for the start of this next inning. You'll know why. DRB. All right, Kyle Hendricks, he had a double play, one pitch. He's back out there. Cubs need him to keep it right where it's at, win back some of their faith. Taylor's talking about Cade. Listen, at least it's back for Cade Horton. In case you didn't just hear this, Cade Horton dealing with back soreness and was pulled out after the first inning that he pitched. But if he's taken out from back soreness, back tightness, those are the things that pitchers come out and they miss one start for. So if he misses like 1 or 2 starts, big deal. They were going to have him on a innings limit this year anyway, so you might as well put him on the IL when he's in AAA and not the majors. That's the way I look at it. If it's worse than that, oh boy, they're relying. Like part of the plan this year, in my eyes, has been PCA getting or Cade Horton getting called up to contribute in the month of July, minimum strike. Yeah, Boog said it. Exactly what I just said there. If he's making an impact down there, he's coming up after 3 or 4 starts. That puts us in July. All right, Cubs loyal, Cubs faithful. Who's still with me? Kyle Hendricks, huh? Kyle Hendricks, huh? What's going on here? Let's go. Okay. Hey, listen, I mean, what was that? Like a 7-pitch inning? 8-pitch inning. Okay, Kyle Hendricks. I see you. I see you, Kyle. I see you, Carl. Who's still with me? Let me ask you a question. We're going to the top of the 7th. If you could DFA one player on the 40-man roster right now, let's bring it up. Cubs 40-man roster. If you could DFA one guy to make room for let's see. Before I say a name, let me see. Is Cade on here? Cade Horton is not on the 40-man roster. If you could DFA one guy for Cade Horton, here's your pitchers. I think this is my answer right here. I think it's Colton Brewer. It's definitely Jose Cuas. It's not Colton Brewer. It's Jose Cuas. I don't know what I was thinking. Now, for those of you that don't know, when Caleb Killing comes off the 60-man IL, Julian Merriweather comes off the 60-man IL, that will be a 40. They'll be back on the 40-man. So the Cubs will have to make room for them. I'm getting close to Dignon Gomes. I'm not going to lie, which is sad. I'm not in the DFA Nick Madrigal boat quite yet. A lot of people think I'm hating on him. No, he provides value. He's a contact bat. That'll play. Okay. Nick Madrigal is a contact bat. who can bunt and he can field. Yeah, he had an error the other day. Big whoop. I don't like when he's in the starting line. I just think he's an automatic out. I would, and I'm sorry, I'm going to upset you. I would DFA Miles Mastrobone. I really want them to trade Matt Mervis for Matt Mervis' sake. I think he could be successful in a lot of other places. Yeah, it's Jose Quas for me. Who's it for you guys? Who are you DFAing in order to make room for Tate Horton? You can take your pick. Stephen Dunn says Madrigal, Quas for a pitcher. I like him, but he doesn't have it. Yes, agree, Stephen. Ooh. Yeah. Christopher Morel could easily have 2 hits right now. He should at least have 1, and one of them should be on. Give him a night off, guys. Give him a night off. Steven, you said you want to give Suzuki a night off. If you're giving Suzuki a night off, you have to give Morel a night off. You have to. Suzuki's been bad for 14 games. Morel, oof. Let's take a look. Come on. Oh my gosh, that guy. Are you kidding me? Freaking Perkins, that guy. Wow. My gosh. All right. Sharing my screen. Christopher Morel is a negative 0.3 WAR player this year. Should not be the case. Last year, what was he? He was a 1.2 WAR player. A lot of time to make up for that. But my gosh, it's been bad this year. Game logs 2024. Morel was hitting 275 at the 13 game mark. So from game 14 till now, that is a total of, wait for it, 41 games. In 41 games, he's batting 168. Like, that's go down to the minors numbers. And he's got options. But he keeps on getting put out as a number 4 batter. That's rough. He had a stretch in there right here where he was lighting it up. 294, 5 home runs. If you would take that out, whew, yeah, you're looking at like a 125 batting. Yikes. Steven says, I understand that, but I just don't get that view on Mads about being a contact guy for those spots, but also acknowledge he's an automatic out. So why would you pinch hit him? And I'd rather Vasquez for defense. Oh yeah, for sure. I think, I think back to the Mets game when the Cubs tied it. They were down 1-0. That game where Tyone pitched, and it was Severino. We ended up winning that game 3-1. Madrigal tied the game up. It was 1st and 3rd with 1 out, man on 1st and 3rd, 1 out in the 8th inning. And they pinch it for, I don't remember who, but I was like, this is a situation that as long as you don't hit it up the middle, a ground ball, then like we're good. We're going to score this run. And that's what he did. He hit a little weak ground ball to third base. Guy probably should have come home with it, but ended up getting beaten it out at first. avoids the double play, score the run. Like, that's literally the only time I want him batting is when it's last night. It was first and second, nobody out. He bunted, moved over to second and third. Yes, that. Or man on third, less than 2 out, and you're pinch hitting for a high strikeout guy. It's the only time. And that's, to me, the only difference between him and Mastroboni. Mastroboni is going to strike out just as much as the power hitter, and he's not a power hitter. So that's the only difference there. From an offensive standpoint, I don't think – I mean, that's like the smallest iota of value that he brings, and I wouldn't even call that value. I could probably do that. For defensive, I think he provides a lot of value, but I still would rather see Vasquez play. I mean, Vasquez has a chance to be an everyday starter on this team for 2025 and beyond. Nick Madrigal does not. Let's be completely honest. He has zero shot of being a starter, maybe even past this month. So, Vasquez has a high ceiling. He has a high shot of being a starter. He's young. This is a team that right now, we're playing for a playoff spot, but it's only May. He's called up. Why isn't he playing more? Why isn't he in there? Give Morel. Why isn't that called a strike? Curveball. Perfect curveball. Not called a strike. I don't understand this organization's mindset on calling up young guys and putting them on the bench. I thought it was a David Ross thing. I'm wrong. I apologize to David Ross. It is obviously being told to you by the higher-ups. Because there's no way that David Ross and Craig Counsell, two completely different managers, are making those same moves. In fact, we were excited about Craig Counsell because he likes playing young players, and he hasn't with the Cubs. Common denominator there, organization. Really disappointing. Give me, if you're in the comments, give me one good reason why you call up a minor leaguer and don't play him. Vasquez, Canario, they were going to do the same thing with PCA, by the way. Craig Counsell got on 670 of the score and said he will be in a limited role. And then his first game up, he had a home run, and then he got all the playing time in the world. So at least performance mattered to Craig Counsell. I will give him that. Vasquez being up to ride the bench makes no sense. I agree. Would rather he get consistent at bats. Yep. Also, I know I'm in the minority here, but I don't want PCA back up unless he's playing every day. That's interesting, Stephen. I'm curious why. It doesn't have to be every day for me. If he starts 5 out of 7 games during the week, 4 or 5 games that he starts out of the week, if you're leading the team in WAR, you provide that much more value in the games that you do start. So I'm just curious what the reason is that you wouldn't want him. Yep. Okay. It looks like Counsell's just going to say we've lost this game and just keep on riding out Hendricks. Because at this point, I mean, let's be honest, he got what he needed out of Hendricks after an inning and 2/3, and now you're sending him back out there, and you're just kind of sending the message like, I just want to save the bullpen. I don't care if we win this game or not. That's what it's sending to me. Never have I ever been so confident that Christian Yelich is going to hit a hard ball right now. Or walk. Hi. My daughter is at the glass door right now. Hi. You want to say hi to everyone? Will you bring her in? No, come on, bring her in. I don't care. I don't care. pressing her face up against the glass. Hi. Do you want to say hi to everyone? You just had dinner. You got a bunch of stuff on your face. Oh, yeah. Look at all that stuff on your face. That's the Cubs. What? You're not surprised that they're losing? It's not very nice. Are you going to bring them a win in Chicago when we go to the White Sox series? What do you think? Is Christian Yelich going to hit a 2-run single right now off of Kyle Hendricks? Feels that way, huh? Oh! Swing and a miss, huh? Yeah. Go. 2-2 with 1 out. 2-2 with 2 outs, you do this. With 2 outs, you go like this. 2-2. It's 2-2. But it's not. It's only 1 out. Oh, little tapper coming on. Oh, man. 8-4. I really thought that Yelich was going to do some damage there. Say hi. All right. Say bye-bye. Say bye-bye. Mommy's going to say bye-bye. Say bye-bye. Bye-bye. Mwah. You do it? You mwah. Or are you just staring at yourself? Is it bedtime? Bedtime mango face? Is that mango?
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Say bye-bye. She is so tired. Oh, now she says bye-bye. Now she does it. All right. I just like the fact that he's getting work every day in AAA, and I'm worried he's going to be a defensive or running replacement. Yeah, I mean, Steven, 100%. If he's only getting like 1 start a week, I'd much rather have him at AAA. But I don't think that he's quite like a I'm in the lineup every single day kind of guy. But I do think he's a 4 to 5 starts a week guy. And you have a problem with your problem is that when you bring him up and you move over Bellinger to first base or you move Bellinger to DH, you have a problem because there's this 3 rotating guys that would have to move because of him. It would be Bellinger. Oh boy. Yep. There's Kyle Hendricks. There he is. See, like, that's another thing that I want to talk about just for a second after I talk about the rotating thing. But, like, just remind me to come back to Craig Counsell and his decision on when to take guys out of games. But if you bring in Bellinger to first base, now Bush has to DH. But if Bush is struggling and you don't want to hit him, then maybe you're having Morel as your DH and putting like a Vasquez at third base, right? There's always going to be a question mark with who's DHing. And to me, it's going to impact either Morel or Bush the most with the at-bats. Because then if you say, well, and then Morel is going to DH, well, if he's not hitting, why would you DH him? And if Bellinger is going to DH, that allows everyone to kind of stay in their spots. Then Bush is still at first and Morel's at third base. Yeah, I just don't understand Craig Counsell's decision of when he's taking guys out. There's 3 glaring times this year that I'm just like, okay, that guy was done. It's time to bring in someone new. It was the Ben Brown Major League debut after his first inning. Great Major League debut. Congratulations, Ben Brown. Oh, you're going out for a second. Didn't see that happening. Then it was Shota in San Diego. You're going out for the 8th inning? What? Say what? A 2-run home run. They ended up winning that game, so it was all okay. And then tonight, it's like, okay, you got an inning and 2/3 out of Kyle Hendricks. It's still a winnable ball game. Oh, you're sending him out for the 8th inning against the top of the lineup, or 7th inning against the top of the lineup. You don't want to win this game. I understand now. Like, it's just a weird thing. It's a really weird, like, let Kyle Hendricks get out of there an inning and 2/3 scoreless. It would be his only scoreless appearance of the year. Give the guy some confidence. Let the guy go out of the game with his head held high. But now, I mean, you can see it. As soon as Adames hit that ball, what did Kyle Hendricks do? Threw it, and he goes, right? Body language. He just knew it. Like okay, I thought I was going to have a decent outing, and looks like I'm not. What do you give up? 3 runs. Now you go from an inning and 2/3 of scoreless from Kyle Hendricks to 2 and 2/3 innings of 3 earned runs. Now his ERA is back up over 10. I don't know. Brad says the only thing worse than losing this game is knowing the Cardinals will now be tied with the Cubs, and I could not agree with you more, Brad. Cardinals have won 12 of 15. Are we worried about the Cardinals? Last year, the Cardinals did this. They started off really slow, they got hot, and then they fell off. They lost 91 games. Are they a better team than last year? Are they a serious threat? Are you actually worried about them? Or is this the Cubs or the Brewers division to win? Let me know what you think. There was no reason to leave Ben Brown in that game. This game is over. Don't waste anybody. Terrible pitch by Kyle. Not really concerned about his feelings, to be honest. After that hard hit from Contreras, I knew Hendricks was about to give up a homer, says Jake. Mitch White. Former Dodger. Roundouts. Oh, man. All right. They got to put up like 3 or 4 runs for me to stick with you guys on this one. I don't think that I'm going to be staying to the end on this one if we don't put up some sort of crooked number here. I'm really good at picking really bad games to do live streams for. I picked the first Padres game, the first Dylan Cease Padres game. We lost. It was Kyle Hendricks versus Dylan Cease. You can imagine how that one went if you don't remember. I picked the only game that we lost against the Mariners. That one we did with Brendan Miller. That was a fun one to do, but it wasn't a good game. What else did I do? We did win one game, which I'm surprisingly not remembering which one it was right now. And then this game. Maybe sit Dansby tomorrow for Vasquez first start. I think that is a great freaking idea. I think Vasquez should start for either Dansby or Morel, and then the next day he should start for the other guy. Just give them both a day off. Tomorrow, it is Jamison Tyone against, I believe it's Colin Ray. That's going to be a 12 o'clock start, early one. Yeah, Colin Ray, 4-2 on the year, 3.98 ERA. Oh, man. You looked at this matchup and you just thought, check, Cubs will win this one. Bryce, come on. We got that one. That's so much. Dansby was good last year when he was hitting the ball up the middle to right field. All he's doing this year is pulling the ball. That's the stuff that frustrates me, guys. Like, if you have played baseball, you understand like what the problem is with your swing. You understand it. You know that if I'm pulling the ball, it's because I need to let that ball get deeper and I need to wait. And when you see Major League Baseball players go out there and do the same thing day after day after day after day, roll over and roll over and roll over and roll over, just like what Jan Gomes just did, I just have a tough time being patient with that because I know that if I did that in one game, by the next game, I'm fixing that. And yes, the guys are throwing 70 miles an hour, not 95 miles an hour. I just think you're a Major League Baseball player. You should be adjusting. It's been very frustrating. Very frustrating. Yes, he does, Robert. All right, I'm going to read some of the last comments, and I'm going to say adios for the night. Jake says Luis Vasquez deserves a chance. He 100% does. Robert says Cardinals will fall. Cubs or Brewers will decide the division. I was going to say I admire you staying on during the game, the way it's going. Well, thanks. I can't stay for the ninth, though. We got to pack for Chicago, and we got to put our baby daughter down to bed. Maybe sit Dansby tomorrow and start Vasquez. I 100% agree, Steven. Things changed in pace after the Seattle series, and then Marlin blew it further off. Robert says it's so hard watching Dansby at bat these days. It really is. 10-4. Yes, 10-4, good buddy. You are the creator. It is 10-4. Play Vasquez for morale. He hasn't been the same since he hurt his foot. Let him actually heal. You know what's crazy, Jake? It's not the foot. It's the finger. He hasn't been the same since the finger. The foot was just insult to injury. Dansby swings a lot of poor pitches. Good job. Thanks for doing this. Thank you, Robert. Hey, guys. I apologize if the Cubs score 7 runs to come back and win this game 11-10, but the chances of that are about slim to none. And the chances of me not being ready for my Chicago flight in the morning are a lot greater. So I'm going to go ahead and call it. Thank you all for joining me. Let's kick things back into motion when we go back home against the Reds and then the White Sox. It is the perfect time to steal 4 or 5 games and to be happy about this team again. But tomorrow, let's get a split. Jameson Tyone against Colin Ray. See you guys. Adios.